I jumped up as if something bit me. My sleepiness was washed away by the incessant ringing of the doorbell. Did Dad return with the doctor, or was it Mom carrying bags of medicine? Or maybe that hungry pack of animals showed up to dine. I sneaked around the hallway. The planks under my feet squeaked, giving me away.
Кто там?
Who's there? Silence. Or did somebody answer me but was silenced by the blizzard? I pressed my face against the peephole, but it was shaded with rime. There was only a blurry, barely discernible silhouette on the porch. Were they wearing a mask? Probably not. I had an equal chance of getting help from the night guest or being torn to pieces right in the hallway. Shulka trotted to my side from the kitchen and barked happily, scratching at the door. It looked at me from below as if it was asking why I was hesitating. I glanced at the sleeping Olya and then back into the peephole. Ooh. I'm gonna take a chance. My heightened sense told me that whoever was outside wasn't an enemy. I clenched my jaw until it hurt, ready to hack at the rotting moss. Then spun the lock. A hairy figure towered on the porch, showering me with the smells of pine needles and sulfur. Before I could do anything, my mom walked out of the white veil. Air whistled as it battled its way through firmly gritted teeth.
Ты жива?
You're alive! Mom gave me a look of astonishment.
Жива, конечно.
Of course I am.
Ты зачем топор?
Why did you pick up the axe? Playing Raskolnikov? Let's just see what that is. Here you go. The protagonist of Crime and Punishment in the story, he uses an axe to... there you go.
Вот папа обрадуется.
Dad will be super happy you finally read some Dostoyevsky. Sorry, I mispronounced that. Shulka started rubbing against Mom's leg, standing on its hind legs, its tongue out.
У нас гости.
Do we have guests?
Она замерзла.
It was freezing outside, so Mom glanced at the destroyed furniture, then at the barred windows. The wind threw balls of snow into the windows, dark like burial soil.
Итак, что ты тут делаешь?
So, what exactly were you doing here? I tried to justify my actions after hiding my building tool behind my back. Oh, whoops.
Кто-то ходил вокруг дома.
Somebody was walking in circles around the house.
А папа сказал,
And
я
Dad told
должен
me to
защищать
protect
Олю.
Olya.
И ты решил, что
So
я
you
возвращаюсь
decided that the
сперва.
old cupboard was a threat.
Ветер мог выбить
The wind
стекла.
could have blown out the glass.
Вот я и подумал.
So I thought the decision to erect barricades now seemed desperately stupid to me.
Да.
Mom clicked her tongue.
Дур-дур.
What a disaster. Well, at least you didn't chop off your own fingers.
Что головушку повесил?
Now, don't just stand there staring at the
Забей.
floor. You built this, so you'll have to demolish it. I nodded without looking up and dragged my feet toward the closet to pick up the claw hammer. Mom looked around as if searching for something in the semi-dark creeping from the empty rooms. I didn't like the oppressive silence, so I spoke out.
Там дорогу завалило, да? Папа
The
не застрянет
road is
в пути?
probably all snowed in, right? Won't Dad get stuck along the way?
Не переживай.
Don't
за
worry about your father.
может
He
за
can
себя
take
постоять.
care of himself.
А лекарства?
And what about the meds?
Купила.
I
Полный
bought
комплект.
everything we might need.
А почему Оля спит на полу?
My, why is Olya sleeping on the floor? Olya! My little sister stretched and unglued her eyelids, then shrieked from happiness. She lunged at Mom's neck, the blanket dragging behind her like a mantle. I couldn't help but smile at the sight. Dad will return soon, and the entire Petrov family will be home. Inside an impenetrable fortress that can't be breached by some people in costumes. Mom smothered Olya in a tighter embrace.
Все хорошо, девочка моя.
It's
всё
okay, my girl, you'll be fine. Then glanced over her shoulder.
позади. А ты? Так и будешь
Well,
там стоять?
don't just stand there. I sniveled. Mom held an outstretched hand to me. With her other hand, she ruffled Olya's already messed up hair. I dropped the axe and walked up to my dearest people in the whole world. There was enough space there for me. Mom's palm was scorchingly cold, but I knew she'd get warmer soon. That from this moment on, our family will be able to overcome anything life could throw at us, and then winter will end, snow will thaw, snowdrops will sprout from the soil. The wind traveled across the room, rustling the ends of the tablecloth. Snowflakes drifted into the hallway.
Мам, дверь.
Mom, the door?
Двери всегда открыты.
The doors are always open, in case we have guests.
Гости?
Guests? The lights flickered. Every time the light bulb went out and then back on, shadows on the floor became longer and lost their shapes more and more. The house screeched with wooden bones in sweet anticipation. Scratch, scratch. The door swung freely on the rusted hinges, banging against the doorframe. I grabbed at Mom's fur coat, looked up at the ceiling. Darkness. Light. The door swung open and slammed against the wall. A horned silhouette stood at the porch. Treats. Hulking, inevitable, he stepped into the doorway. The wooden box at the edge of the forest stopped pretending to be a house, a place of shelter. It became a trap with barred windows. Monsters scowled in the gaps between the planks. Moldy spots spread throughout the ceiling. Ancient taiga squeaked, brushing off piles of snow from its wide, piney branches. Crooked fingers appeared from the crevices. Olya squealed, but I couldn't help her. Our embrace felt unbearable now. I looked up, blinked away the tears of desperation. My gaze slid across my mom's chest and her neck and stopped on the grey bunny mask. Avarice shone in her eyes. I screamed and her maw opened, showering me with a putrid stench. Motherly fangs bit into my face. We got devoured by the eternal darkness. And I guess that's the ending I get. I take it I shouldn't have let whoever that was in. Ha. Whoops. I'm actually gonna try to... normally I don't do this. Normally I just go with whatever ending I get. But because this episode is so short already, I'm actually gonna try to load up the game and try to see what happens if I don't let them in. So for now, we're gonna fast forward past this. It's not because I don't, with the appreciation of people who worked on this, but we'll do that once we finish this next one here. Domestic violence, unpredicted cruelty is how the detective murder of children whose man by found a peaceful tiger. Well, the entire police force has been deployed to search the perpetrators. Okay. Let's see if we can maybe avoid that happening. If we go here. And we look. The dog. Don't let in. I backed away into the corridor, into the embrace of shadows. Knock knock, somebody's knuckles knocked on wood, insisting on being let in. No way. Whoever it is, they're not welcome here. Mom and Dad had their own keys to the house, and that meant that the unexpected visitor clearly carried a threat. They knew we were home alone. The porch creaked. The guests clearly changed their mind and left, disappearing into the blizzard. Suddenly, the lights went out. Darkness splashed from all nooks and crannies. The blizzard's moan infested. I blinked like crazy, clutching the handrails. The sounds of the flute enveloped the house, streaming through the cracks in the decrepit walls. Somebody started pounding on the door. I backed into... Oh, that's a cool effect. The cross went upside down. I backed into the walls from surprise. A hail of strikes was unleashed on the door, bending it like a thin sheet of plywood, as if dozens of fists and legs were simultaneously punching and kicking the wood. It's them! The door danced in the doorway, dust flew from the platbands. The rumbling noise stopped as suddenly as it started. I rushed to the kitchen. I heard a heartbreaking squeak sound as if someone was driving their claws into the walls. Then the flapping wings. The night churned like a giant stomach. And then they hatched from the shadows, nasty marks in the gaps between the boards. They pressed against the windows, leaving pus and squashed maggots on the glass. Crooked fingers scraped against the glass. Bared fangs scratched away the rime. Lines of teeth barked themselves in the gaps, taunting me. Eyes shone from left and right. Dead beasts stared at us from the outside and smirked. Open body, open up. We're hungry, we want to devour. We want to smell your fear out. Dance with us, bunny boy. Dance in bloody long-haired fool. Let us rest in your hot guts. In your hot blood. Save your hunger. Our hunger even. Our hunger. Their eyes shone like stars in the pitch black skies. Glass popped in the kitchen. The invading wind played with our hair. It brought a flute melody, quick and slippery like a poisonous viper. The monsters thrust their paws into the gaps between the planks, clicked with their claws, demanding their treats. A huge, deformed hand held out a bunny mask, full of burrows from worms to no one in particular. Save our hunger. I don't know why I keep saying your. Let us drink the sacrificial blood, Hoot. Give us a slice. Carve us a slice. Bunny, show yourself, be brave. Give the beast the fresh meat they crave. I plucked my ears with my fingers. The nasty voices subsided, only to be replaced by another sneering voice. Anton, you must feed them, or become the meat yourself. It's your turn, look at me. I shifted my gaze to the axe. The blade reflected my twisted face. I couldn't recognize myself. Yes, just like that. The voice pleaded sweetly. Choose carefully, don't get killed. Right in front of me, illuminated by the moonlight on blade's sharp claws, was a silvery bunny mask. Our true face. It will help us get revenge on those who hit and bullied us. It will help us to become who we truly are. My little sister snored innocently as she slept on the floor as if nothing was happening around her. Nobody can see me, and that means it's time to choose the sacrifice. Nope, not doing it. I screamed. Olya shuddered as she woke up. I'll be your treat, just leave my sister alone. Giant paws smashed through the boards as if the house was made out of matches and crawled inside. You're but a single bite, brother. I guess we'll have to sweep the flour bin. Their fingers felt around the kitchen. A hairy claw grabbed the yelling Olya by the leg and dragged her into the blizzard. Wait, you can't do that! Take me instead! I'm so old and hard of hearing now. Come, sit on my snout and sing your song a little louder. Then the claws the size of butcher knives grabbed me, dragged me outside and lifted me high in the air towards the sky. Teeth and claws sharp like a blade ate into my flesh, tore it apart piece by piece. That's not exactly a happy ending either. Oh well, we tried our best. But I guess the moral of the story here that we're finally able to finish is, if you see someone dressed up as animals in the forest, do not accept their sweet candy. Or in the end, you might end up being the treat. And thus, we conclude the story of Tiny Bunny. And I leave this episode here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope to see you in the next one. Alright, I am hungry.